Good morning, class. It is me, Jennifer, your Rock and High Priestess with Clear Path Intuition. What is a High Priestess? A High Priestess is someone that has been ordained by God to be his keeper of information, more or less. So, the keeper of secrets. I know things. I get my information directly from God himself, and I am in direct communication with the angels and, of course, my spirit guides and ancestors. And, that's what it is. So, everything comes from something. We're going to talk about spiritual warfare again this morning, and I'm going to go ahead and recap what I already talked about. So where we talked about in my first video, where the battle was fought. And the battle is fought in the minds of humans. So in the human mind. So, excuse me, I'm on my way to work because I got it like that. So this video isn't for you to just, to look at me. It's more or less to just hear what I have to say. So, the problem, to recap again, so I'm recapping. The problem that we're having is that with people, you may be included, is that people, the problem that we're having is that people, even though they want to, everyone that sits in church, even though you really want to, the problem is you truly, when it comes down to it, cannot believe in something that you have not seen. In a nutshell. I have proven this fact because, like I said, I'll post a selfie with a funny face and I'll get 40 likes on it, but I'll post something spiritual and that has something that has a fantastic message behind it, and I'll get 5 likes on it. So you see the issue? It's not taken seriously because when it comes down to it, look back on yourself whenever somebody starts talking about God or angels. When I tell people that I can communicate with angels, you should see people squirm in their seat. They get so uncomfortable. But it's a contradiction because yet, you want to believe, and just in case, it's almost like just in case, you'll, when your 16-year-old starts driving for the first time, you'll pray that for the guardian angel to watch over them and keep them safe. But yet if I tell you, you have an angel right next to you, and there actually is a guardian angel in there, and that, blah, 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 you should see yourselves squirm in your seats. The uncomfort level it's noticeable. Excuse me. So, a little bit of self-reflection. So, take what I just said, self-reflect on yourself, and see if you're one of these people. Because I'm going to tell you that this is the majority of the issue. And plus, too, if people really truly believed, then they wouldn't do the shit that they do. You wouldn't gossip about people behind their back. You wouldn't worry about what, Bill and, how many dandelions is in Bill and Karen's yard. You wouldn't talk about people behind their back. You wouldn't do things that are a detriment to other people if you really truly believed, because you would know that karma, is a real thing, and it's going to bite your ass. And it absolutely is. Whether you believe or not, karma, what is karma? Karma is more or less the energy that you put out returning back to you. It's either good or it's bad. So the law of attraction states, as I said in my first video, the energy that you put out is what you receive back. So if you're putting out negative shit, you're going to get negative shit. If you're putting out good things, you're wishing well on people, you know, your heart's in the right place, you're going to get back that same energy. Now, we always have that, you know, little demonic person that's going to do everything they can to ruin our day. Yet, that is the definition of spiritual warfare. Because even though we are humans here on this earth for this experience, you know, where you have to believe in the polarities of everything. Up, there's down. There's on, there's off. There's light, there's dark. There's good, there's evil. So, for everything good, you better damn well know that there is something negative, something evil, something demonic that's going to try to snuff that out. We forget that we are divine energetic souls that's in a temporary human body here for this experience. We forget that. We seem, you know, most people are very 3D, meaning what they see in front of them, that's it. But really, we live in a multi-dimensional universe, okay? And in most of everyone's minds, we are a person with a soul. And that's no. Flip that around. We are a soul in a temporary human body. And we all have the same fate. We are all destined for the same fate. The body lives, the body dies. But yet, when that happens, our souls are not dead. We're not gone. We just transition back to our original form. And that original form in which our energetic souls lives in a different dimension than this 3D that you see. Okay? So, I'm giving you all this information because this is information that you need to understand so that you can understand spiritual warfare. The devil is absolutely real. I've seen him with my own 2 eyes. Okay? I've seen him myself. I have confronted him myself. And I let his ass know that he has no power over me. I see him. He has no power over me. And get behind me, Satan, because I wear the armor of God. I'm very highly protected, and I know that. So, I'm going to talk about trolleys and Agent Smiths. Okay. We talked about energy. Energy and vibration is very important. Everything is about energy. There is nothing or no one that is separated on this planet energetically. We are all connected. Everything is connected. Everyone, everything, we're all connected. So, when we talk about vibration, send me good vibes. I said it's not just a hippie thing. It's real, and it's very important. When we are taking care of ourselves, we are finding the silver lining in situations. Find the silver lining. Another instruction to life that we often, throw to the side as cliche. Kick that person in the shin that started that trend. But when we are taking care of ourselves, anytime we make a decision that's in our greatest good is the key words here. Not what we want, but what's in our greatest good. Anything as simple as, well, this morning when I get up and I'm starting my day, I'm going to make sure not to skip breakfast. I'm going to get a breakfast bar, because that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. It gets your metabolism jump started, blah, blah, blah. You just made a decision to do something that's in your greatest good. You raised your vibration. Never underestimate or write off the smallest of things, because this is what Spirit told me. If you want to get a ripple that goes all the way across the pond, sure, you can throw in a huge boulder and get that splash and that ripple that's going to fly across the pond. But the splash is big and it's chaotic, and nobody likes to get splashed. But if you drop a pebble, bloop, into that pond, you're still gonna get that ripple that goes all the way across. So, slow and steady wins the race. Tortoise and the hare. Not cliche. You want something that's going to be lasting, that's going to make a good impression and really stay. Something that's enjoyable, where change is necessary. It can't be chaotic, or else this change won't stay. All right, so getting back on track. When negative self-talk is the worst thing that you can do. First of all, I already told you in the first video, we do have the angel. Imagine every day you have an angel on one shoulder and the devil on the other. Your angels and your guides are never going to say something to you that is harmful to you or any other person. The devil does. And remember that when we hear in what we consider and what to be our inside voice, or when I and most mediums hear, we hear in what we perceive to be the voice that we hear when we're talking to ourselves. Okay, so that's why I and most people didn't know for a long time, because we didn't know the difference. So handing those worries over to God, not a cliche. Having the serenity to accept the things you cannot change, and the wisdom to know the difference, not a cliche. Instructions to life. When we finally surrendered and quit trying to control everything and handed those worries over, that's when we were able to be present in the moment, mindful of what our own thoughts were. So that's why, now I know what my thoughts are. So when I hear something that I didn't say, I know the difference. That's why it's important to stop trying to control everything and let that all go and just worry about you. Work on you. Do what brings you joy. Release anything that does not, because, rounding back, when you do that, you raise your vibration. Now, this is the difference. When we are in low vibration, this is the analogy that Spirit gave me. I didn't come up with this shit on my own, and I didn't get it from anybody else. This comes straight from the divine. When we are in low vibration, we are like a trolley. Like the trolleys in San Francisco that I've only seen on television. So the trolleys on San Francisco, ding, ding, people can just run up and jump on them and go for a ride. Right there. When we are in low vibration, we are a trolley. That negative energies, entities, demons, the devil, can just jump right on and take you for a ride. So you become then an agent Smith, as you will. It's unfortunate, but these people will look like everyone that you love. Let that sink in. These people will wear the face of your husband, your wife, your parents, your children, your pastor, your neighbor, your best friends, aunts, uncles, anyone in low vibration that does not truly believe and is not prepared for the devil is, and I mean, they are potentially an Agent Smith. They're an agent for the devil. Kind of like in the movie Matrix, the Agent Smiths, that's where I got it from. These people are agents for the devil that the devil and demonic energies can use to get at you. In order to, and the goal is to bring down your vibration, to bring down your energy, to bring your vibes down low enough so they can get and use you and keep you from achieving your purpose here on this planet. The purpose for all of us on this planet is to, quite simply, live our best life in the highest vibration, in the highest frequency possible. Just think of the harmony that there would be on this planet if that happened. You wouldn't have war. You wouldn't be gossiping. You know, you would have an attitude of gratitude. And that's another thing to raise your vibration, is to stop pissing and moaning about everything that you don't have and be grateful for everything that you do, every little thing. So I think that's why it seems that excuse me, it seems that my generation, everyone that I went to school with, I mean, something about my age group is very important. It's like a lot of us are being woke up, and what I mean by woke up is people that have that epiphany that of everything, that there's more than this, that we do have gifts. The strange phenomenon keeps happening to us. We think we're going crazy, you know. That's called spiritual awakening, and that's for another video. But I'm gonna go ahead and put that out there. You're not crazy. You probably really are hearing these people, these voices, these things, because you've become awakened, and you are currently a trolley. So let's talk about, well, when you are in high vibration, you're living your best life. You have surrendered. You have released the things that does not serve you. You've done your shadow work. You've come to terms with, you know, the reasons why you've gone through everything in your life that you've gone through, why in your childhood these things happened. Everything has been done for us, and nothing has been done to us. The difference is that I know that all of that was preparation. Everything in my life was a step, a dot to get me prepared to for who I am today. And I can tell you, and I will confirm, that much that I have gone through, people blow their fucking brains out over. I mean, I'm not going to sugarcoat shit, because when I was going through it, I mean, I completely understand why people jump off bridges and do the things that they do, because it was painful. But I'm grateful. and it was necessary, because it was all to get me to who I am today, to know what's up, what's going on, and to help everyone else get through it, understand it, so that we can all live our best life. So hopefully, if you listen to these messages, if you do your research, you're going to find out that all the dots are connecting. So when we're living our best life and we're in high vibration and we're working on ourselves and our heart's in the right place, our heart's light as a feather, we've let the people go that's wanted to walk out of our life and said prayers for them, so on and so forth. We're making decisions that's in our greatest good. We're attitude of gratitude. We're finding the silver linings. Instead of seeing things as good or bad, we're saying, okay, what is it I'm supposed to be learning? What is it I'm supposed to be learning from this? And just learning the lesson and moving on. When we're doing all these things, we are like bullet trains. Okay? We're bullet trains. You don't want to be a trolley, you want to be a bullet train, because nothing can hold on to a bullet train. Nothing can just jump on a bullet train as it's passing by. Nothing. Try it. I want to see what happens. No, I'm just kidding. I really don't. But if you're going to, let me see. But I wouldn't recommend it. Don't do that. It's not going to end well for you. So, don't be a trolley. Be a bullet train. Raise your vibration. Take care of yourself. Start worrying about you. Stop judging other people. Understanding that we're all on our own journey. That is the start. That is the start to fight the battle to spiritual warfare. Because, I'm not going to say that I know everything, because I don't. There's a lot of things that's above my pay grade. I know that there is beef between, the devil or Satan and God. I know what the Bible says about it. I believe half of that story. I believe half of everything I read, see, and hear. So I know that there is truth somewhere in there. So, but the thing is that was their beef. I'm not even going to pretend to know the whys or anything. So, but all I do know is that, unfortunately, the beef between the two continue. So, but I'm going to tell you this, just like in all the movies, love will prevail. Love conquers all. The thing is, we've already won. It's just the dark, the evil, the bad, the negative. It never wins. Just like in every movie. It's everything comes from something. So you have to know that we've already won. It's just that we're still fighting the battle right now. And the more we help others, the more that we inform others and educate others, because knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. Education is power. The more you know, the quicker we can get through this shit. So, we all have purpose on this planet. We're not here just to go to work and pay bills and do the mundane. No. That was all put in place. The social matrix that was put in place. The Matrix. Hello. Where that movie come from something. People, if most human beings on this planet can only use 4% of their brain and can't even do basic problem solving, how do you think they, they are just going to come up with all these movies and, no. They were given these ideas. These ideas came from something that already exists. They just made the movie about it. They got the download. They're become awakened, enlightened. Okay, so some food. Definitely some thought. And again, as I said in my first video, I'm not here to debate the information that I'm giving to you. You can believe half of everything you read, see, and hear. So keep that in mind and know that take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it makes sense to you, take it, use it, adopt it as your own. Okay? Conform, change. And if it doesn't, leave it. But, like I said in my first video, just to recap again, we cannot judge anything as right or wrong because we truly don't, you or no one, your daddy or his daddy for him, no one really has a basis to form such judgments. Nobody can form such judgments of anything as right or wrong. So we have to leave everything open to endless possibility. So take what resonates with you, leave what doesn't. If it just makes sense, like, I don't know, like, for me, I'll be like, I don't know how I know that that's correct. That is, yes, I'm going to take that information because I don't know how I know, but I just know it resonates with my soul. That is information I need to know or correct that I'm going to adopt as my belief or knowing. So, Agent Smith's trolleys and freight trains. So, I'm going to give you a little story. The night that I became face to face with the devil. I'm going to keep a lot of detail out because I really don't want to put any light on the person in particular because it's not fair to them. But there was someone that I really care about. Everyone in my life I care about, whether the lesson that they taught me was through a good way or through a hard way. I appreciate everyone in my life because they have in some way helped me conform to who I am today, and I really love me. But that night in particular, this person was in a very low vibration, doing things that they shouldn't, had people around them that in their life, their friends, their co-workers, were all low vibration people that was just, and they just feed off of each other. If you're around somebody that is just happy all the time, you can't help but to be happy. But if you're around somebody that's negative all the time, blah, 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 I mean, after a few hours in your day, let's say it's a coworker, your mood's gonna get crappy too, because we're all connected. You can feel the energy off of somebody staring at you. You don't know, you're standing there and you're just like, oh, I mean, you can feel it. You turn and look and somebody's staring at you. You felt that energy. So, energy is very real. We transfer it back and forth. Evil eye, wishing negative thoughts on people, that's all real. You transfer that energy to them. When you wish someone well, you transfer that energy to them. When you say a prayer for someone, you transfer that good energy to them. So, this person was in low vibration, to say the least. probably the lowest I've ever known them to be. And they were sitting at a kitchen table, and I wasn't, I'm in the living room, and they were saying things to me that were just heinous. Things that I couldn't sleep if I said some of the things that were untrue. I mean, what was happening was they were trying to get my energy. They were trying to bring my energy down and take it from me. You hear energy vampires. Absolutely real. Spiritual warfare in itself is trying to bring down another person's energy. And a lot of people and entities actually harvest it from them, take it, and use it for their strength. They bring you down, steal your energy. I mean, energy vampires, hello. Because we are made up of flesh, blood, cells, that hold energy in order to mutate and move, and we're like batteries in itself, and we have to have energy, oxygen and energy in order to recharge our fuel cells. In order to get up and move every day, you have to have energy. You have to have that will to do so. If you're drained, I mean, hello, listen to the words that I'm saying. If you're drained, if you're, you have to rest, you have to refuel. You have to refuel yourself. Eat good food, do all these things. Go hug a tree. It's absolutely real. I have my favorite tree. You have to recharge your body. Well, there are many people out there that instead of doing those things, like eating good foods, resting, taking care of themselves, going out into nature, and getting sun, and being around the trees, because the earth and the sun are the two biggest forms of energy, of power to this planet. So that's why people hug trees, because the roots go deep into the ground and pull up that good clean energy, and you can just take it all in. And the sun, it powers us. So, but you have people that take it from you. Instead of doing those things, they'd rather sit around and be Bills and Karens and gossip gals, and low vibration, and have their drama and start arguments and project their, anything to get you to give them their energy. And they're going to take it from you. There's a lot of spiritual warfare right there in itself. It's all about energy. God himself isn't here. Jesus himself isn't here. Virgin Mary herself, she's not here. We hold their energy. Energy never stops. It never stops. And there has to be balance to everything. There has to be that polarity so that things stay balanced. And when things are out of balance, and things are out of balance right now, we just have to get them balanced again. And it has to start with ourselves. We hold the energy of Jesus. Here's the big reveal. Jesus is already here. We carry the energy of Jesus. So, the devil, the night that I faced the devil, he was able to use the person that I was there with. And I'm going to tell you this. Most people would have really freaked out. this person sat at the kitchen table, and as they were saying the things, and I'm hearing this, and I'm just like keeping my cool, because I see it for what it is. I already know. The light over this person, the kitchen light, the chandelier in the kitchen was blinking on and off. That energy, because the devil has to use energy. Negative entities has to use energy. It's the energy of them that gets in and invades people in order to invade you. So this person was saying it, I turned around and I looked at them, and their eyes wasn't theirs. Their eyes were black. and they were saying the most heinous things, and that light over them was just flicking on and off, and they were just, and I looked at them, and I didn't see that person. That person wasn't there. That was the devil sitting right there in that chair, trying to wear the body of the person I cared about. And I said, I see you. I see you. I said, and I'm not talking about so-and-so. I said, get behind me, Satan, for I wear the armor of God. You have no power here. You're not getting my energy. You're not getting my response. And I turned and walked away. And let me tell you something. When I did that, boy, did he get angry. But there was nothing that he could do. Nothing. Because the devil ain't shit. Demons ain't shit. You have power over every one of them. You have power over them. The only reason why they affect you is because you are feeding them your energy through fear of not knowing any better. You didn't know any better that they only have power over you when you give them that power. So know that. Withdraw your energy. Keep it to yourself. Don't feed it to them. Don't give them that reaction. The things that they're trying to do to pick at you, to get you to blow up and react. When you do that, they're taking your energy from you, and you're left depleted after an argument. Don't argue. See it for what it is. Somebody's saying some ridiculous shit to you that isn't true. They're trying to get a reaction out of you. See that for what it is, and know that's what they're doing. That is spiritual warfare in itself. So don't give it to them. Keep it for you. See it for what it is. These people were obviously low vibration, and they were a trolley that allowed whatever entity to whatever negative entity or whatever to use to try to get at you, to harvest and take from you, to bring you down. So take that information. I'm going to work because I got it like that. Have a fantastic day.